Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you guys about the two basic types of traffic that you'll want to pay attention to as you get started with e-commerce. Now, understand there are actually a bunch of different types of traffic that Facebook allows you to utilize. In addition, you have other forms of traffic from other sites, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, all those types of things. But right now, to walk you through the beginning steps of your e-com store, there are two basic types of traffic that I want you to focus on. The first type is engagement traffic, and what this is you're telling Facebook that you want it to search for anyone who is willing to engage with your post. Engagement means make a comment, make a like, heart, laughter, whatever the case may be. Engagement means this is actually the simplest step. And you're telling Facebook to find people who will just go through and like your stuff. The next type of traffic I want you to pay attention to is what we call conversion traffic. And conversion traffic that means something is happening on your website. So there's different types of conversion traffic. There is view content traffic, there's lead traffic, there's purchase traffic, add to cart, initiate checkout. There's a whole bunch of different types of conversion traffic. A lot of you have heard you start out with something like engagement, and you get a bunch of engagement on a post. Then you transfer over to doing view content based on the engagement that you've gotten. Maybe you do a lookalike audience or something like that. Then you jump over to doing add to carts as you get more add to carts. And then you jump over to purchase conversion as you get more purchases. However, I would like to throw this out at you. You're telling Facebook what to look for. No matter what, you're telling Facebook what to look for. So when you tell Facebook, I'm looking for engagement, they're going to go out and find a whole bunch of people that engage with your stuff. And if you find 100 people that engage with your stuff, you don't know how many of those people are actually willing to buy. There are a lot of people on Facebook that just scroll through. You're probably one of them. You just scroll through on Facebook or on Instagram, and you just like anything and everything that you scroll by. How many times do you actually click to go to a website? So that's what you're asking Facebook to do, is just to find people who just do that. And those aren't buyers. You want to tell Facebook to find buyers for you. So what I usually do is I start right off the jump with purchase conversions. It has always worked for me. It is still consistent with, you guys have seen some of the numbers from the most recent store that opened up. Brand new store, brand new traffic, brand new ad account, brand new everything, jumped straight to purchase conversion, and was able to get 2 sales within the first 4 or 6 hours of being open. So it's not, you need to tell Facebook exactly what you want it to do, and it'll do that thing. There are some tweaks and things that might need to happen, but it will do that thing for you. So there are some times where you might want to do engagement alongside of the purchase conversion, because then you'll kind of boost your engagement on that post. And some people say trick the algorithm to think that your post is worth engaging and therefore would be seen by more people. But again, I don't have enough evidence to prove that that is true. There's psychological and social evidence to prove that people are more likely to engage with a post that has other engagers already on it, and the more that it's a phenomenon where people want to feel like they're part of the group. So when they see an ad that already has a bunch of engagement, they want to be part of that as well. So they'll go in and they'll take a look. It's not necessary, however, it is another tactic that you can use. Good thing is it doesn't take a lot of money to do either. You could throw a $5 engagement ad out there at the same time that you're doing a $20 purchase conversion ad, and it should accomplish what you're looking for. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is what I call the traffic light method. And this is the very basics of how I manage ads once I start running ads. And this is this could probably change your business. If you have been having trouble, you've run a bunch of ads, you're spending a bunch of money but not seeing a lot of sales, this could help you to trim out some of the fat, some of the excessive spending that you don't need to be doing. So first things first, the traffic light method from $0 to $15 ad spend. Some of you guys may have seen some of the other webinars and things that I've done that are floating out there, where from $0 to $5 I'll go in and I'll aggressively slash things. And then from 5 to 15 I will continue that trend based on what you're about to see here. So I just grouped those two together because they're similar. There are similar criteria for what you're going to do. So the traffic light method is the red light, which means you're going to stop the ad. There's the yellow light, which means you're going to just let it keep running. And then there's the green light, which means you're going to scale it. So from 0 to 15, a red light is anything where the click-through rate is under 2% and or the cost per click is greater than $1 and or your view content is greater than $1. Now, the reason I say and or for any of these is it really just depends on how flexible you're willing to be with your line in the sand, with your determination of what to stop. Honestly, if I'm trying to work with a client who has a tight budget and I want to find winners aggressively and efficiently, then I'm actually going to apply all of these. I'm going to say if it's under 2%, more than $1 CPC and more than $1 view content, then I'm going to kill it. And so I'll go ahead and stop those. But it's your business, so you have to decide on what you want to do. A yellow light, so ones that I'll let continue to run, are if the click-through rate is greater than 2% and or the cost per click is less than $1 and or the view content is less than $1. Those I'll let continue to run to see if they're going to gain any more traction. So green light, the ones that I'll scale to a larger extent, if you've made any sales from $0 to $15, you want to scale those. Because if you made a sale from 0 to 15, then you've gotten some traction that you want to try to duplicate. Okay? So then the next step is anything that you've spent, any ads that you've spent more than $15 on. So again, red light being you're going to turn it off, yellow light being you're going to let it ride, and green light being you're going to continue or you're going to scale it even larger. So the red light, if by $15 I haven't made a sale, I'll usually cut it off. The yellow light, if the sale was made but your return on ad spend is less than $2, then I'd let it go a little longer. It's up to you. Usually I let it go for another 24 hours. It's up to you how long you want to let it go. I tend to, if this is the case, I tend to not let it go more than $25 if it's made a sale, but it's less than 2 times ROAS. And if it's made sales and it's more than 2 times return on ad spend, then I'll go ahead and scale it up. So these are the general guidelines I use for an e-commerce store. Now, here's my disclaimer. This is assuming you're selling products in the $15 to $25 price point range. It may be best to let your test ads run until you spend as much on ads as you're charging for your product. So let me give you an example. Let's say that, so the guidelines I've given you would be like if you were selling leggings that cost $20, then within $15, if you haven't made a sale, you're going to want to kill it unless you're really willing to dump more money into it. There's probably other products out there that are more eye-catching and could sell faster. If you're selling, let's say, there's a friend of mine who was selling dog houses, and those are hundreds of dollars, the chances of you making a sale in your first $15 to $25 is very rare. So in those cases where you're doing higher dollar stuff, anything bigger than $35 to $50, then I would be willing to spend as much on your ad as you are charging for a product. And but use the same red, yellow, and green light stats for that 0 to however much you're charging. So if you're charging $100 for a product, I would, from 0 to 100, I would recommend using the same parameters as the 0 to 15 in that I just showed you. So I hope that makes sense. Again, if you have any questions, if you are needing any help, don't hesitate to shoot a comment in the video. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help. That's what we're here for. That's what this group is for. So hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.